What's up, guys? Welcome back to Security Guard Command. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. And I'm exhausted right now. I just got off shift. It is almost 2 in the morning. I was supposed to get off at midnight. So I gave a brief update in a few videos back, but I didn't really say much about it. But I actually took a promotion at work. I am now shift lead for the swing shift at the hospital. Swing shift is incredibly busy. Today was no exception. From the moment I took the keys at 3 o'clock this afternoon till midnight, I was running code back to back, just one thing after another, dealing with combative patients, various people on the exterior of the hospital that I had to have move along, get out of there. Just one thing after another, back to back to back. And it wasn't just in the hospital. I mean, it was the city too. I mean, I work in Stockton, California, and just tonight alone, really tragic event. 3 people were shot just a few blocks from the hospital, including one of them. It was a 5-year-old. So really, really bad night. And it was just everywhere. We had a patient that started fighting with security, and 4 security officers were being tossed around like rag dolls in this little room. The room got trashed. We were able to finally gain control of the patient. We had to hold the patient for a little while till the nurse was able to administer medications. Once the patient had calmed down, we assisted him in getting back to his room, and it was just exhausting. The whole ordeal probably took about 45 minutes. And then it was just one thing after another, up the stairs, down to the basement, back up the stairs, back and forth from one building to the other in the hospital. It was just absolutely crazy. I have no doubt in my mind that a bunch of you guys that work tonight probably experienced a busy night as well. The people, the troublemakers were out tonight, and the psych issues were out tonight in full force. It was just a crazy night. Man, somebody asked in one of my comments, in the comments of one of my videos, how to get into hospital security, and he said he tried, and he's saying that they're looking for either previous hospital experience or law enforcement / military experience. And I can confirm that is correct. That is typically what people, that is typically what is required as a bare minimum to get hired into hospital security. So I responded and I gave a few tips that could possibly help him, being that he didn't have any of those types of experience. I'm assuming, he didn't say whether he did or not, but I'm assuming that he did not because he was asking the question. And I'm going to say there's a few things that you could possibly do to help you be more attractive to a hospital recruiter who's looking to hire for a security position. First thing I would say is get your BLS for Providers certificate. That is a CPR certificate through American Heart Association, but it is more specific to providers, medical providers. So I would suggest to work on getting your CPR / BLS for Providers certificate. You can usually take a course for around $70 to $100, and you'll get your certificate. Another thing that I would recommend doing is go enroll yourself into a medical, not definitions, a medical terminology course, and learn some medical terminology, just so you can put that on your resume. It's definitely has nothing to do with the job position at all, but it does show some initiative, and it wouldn't hurt to know some terminology. when you work in a hospital, especially in-house, there are a lot of opportunities for you to move around in the company. And if you decide you don't want to do security anymore, you could become a phlebotomist. You could do, there's a lot of positions that you could go move on to, and almost every one of those is going to have a medical terminology requirement. So that is another thing that may or may not help you, but it definitely can't hurt. Another one that I would say, if you have the time and the money, get your EMT license. That is always going to be beneficial to you. It's more than the requirement for hospital security, but again, it also opens up doors for you if you were to get hired to move over into other positions, like say an emergency room tech or a tech on one of the floors of the hospital. So definitely beneficial, and it will look good on your resume. Let me see here. What else could you possibly do? Just in general, enroll in some general ed classes in a junior college. English, math. Just showing that you have done those things shows that you're serious, and that you're just not a slack off. That's mainly what the hospital really was looking for, is that you prove yourself. So again, not a guarantee to help you get the job, but definitely not going to hurt you as well. It's always a plus to have those things on your resume. If you can get into a report writing class, definitely do that. That is a big one that will help you. And again, it's not a guarantee, but it is not going to hurt you. These are all things that you can do outside of the normal requirements that they look for when hiring for hospital security. So you're basically trying to compensate for the lack of requirements that you have for the job. Hospital security is dangerous, guys. It is a busy job. It is definitely not a hands-off job. There's hands-on numerous times a day. Sometimes like today, no time for breaks or lunches. A few of my officers, unfortunately, were unable to take a lunch or a break, and they had to claim it on the time card, and they will get paid and they will get compensated for that, which is nice. They will get 1 hour pay on top of the half hour that they had to work through their what should have been their lunch. So unfortunately that happened. I prefer to get my officers their breaks and lunches, because it is important to clear your head and break away from work throughout the middle of the shift and get back on track. But unfortunately today, a few of my officers were unable to do that. As a lead, we typically don't get to take a break or a lunch. We just take our breaks when we can, if possible. A lot of times we're called away right in the middle. Lunches are almost always claimed. Yeah, it's crazy. Today was especially crazy. Anyway, guys, hospital security can be very rewarding, but there can be days when you just want to go home. And today I was tempted, man. I was like, man, I'm done. And it took me an hour and a half to finalize reports, because I just did not have time during my shift to write a lot of my reports. I got about half of my reports done during my shift, and I had to stay over an hour and a half just to finish up all those reports. I'm exhausted. I can feel that headache coming on from being tired, and I'm just gonna try to get some sleep tonight, and then got to go back to work tomorrow for round 2. Anyway, guys, I'm just about home. Hope you have a good night. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later.